Hello, my name is Sharon Fitzpatrick and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lifestyle with Sharon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really healthy and tasty chicken stew. It's just a bit of a change from the traditional beef stew and it's really nice. So enjoy the video. And if you do like this video, do give it a thumbs up, show your appreciation and maybe comment, let me know what you think. And share it with your friends on social media. And if you haven't done so already, do subscribe to the channel. It's free of charge. And if you hit that notification bell, it just gives you that gentle reminder of when the videos come out. So enjoy. So I've got here 2.5 litres of water in a 4.5 litre pot. So it's a nice big pot. And I've got chicken, and all I'm going to do is turn it upside down and put it into the water, bring that to the boil and simmer on a medium heat for about an hour and a half. I've got some homegrown onions here, so they're a bit smaller than the average size onion because I picked them quite early. So use one large one, or you can use about 3. They're very small like this, and just cut going across like we always do, not getting to the root end and then cutting down this way. So we'll just put this in a bowl ready. We do this while the chicken is cooking. Right, so as usual, you can peel the carrot or you can just leave the skin on like I do. Chop the 2 ends off and then we're just going to dice it up. So just cut it in half in long strips and then cut them down like that. They can be nice and quite chunky. They don't have to be too small. Or if you wanted to, you can cut it in half and then cut it into half moons. Whichever way you want to do. Nice chunky bits of carrot is lovely. And if your carrot is quite thin, you can just do the circles instead of half moons. As long as you've got nice chunky bits of carrots, that's what you want. Right, so we've got about 1/4 of a small sweet, or about 300 grams, and you just peel it. Now, of course, you can use a peeler, but personally, I just do it with a knife, sharp knife, and make sure that you're pushing the knife away from you, not bringing it towards you. Now, if you find the sweet too hard to cut, you can buy it ready-made. It's not easy for some people to cut. You do need to have a good sharp knife. You're less likely to cut yourself if you've got a sharp knife. And just cut them into nice chunky pieces. Again, you don't want them too small. Now I've got here half a sweet potato, or about 300 grams. And again, just peel this. You can do it with a potato peeler, but just for quickness, I'm doing it this way. I do love sweet potato. It gives a lovely flavour, whatever you're cooking. Right, so with the sweet potato, you're just going to cut it down into slices, about that kind of thick. And then cut it again in lengthways, turn it, and then do it like that. So you get nice chunky bits. Right, so we're going to chop some green beans. So we're just going to cut the ends off, and I tend to just gather them all up together, one at a side. Chop all the ends off, discard these, then turn them round the other way, gather all the ends up, and then just slice off. And then you want to just cut them to about 1 inch, so into about 2 or 3. So you've got that kind of size, fairly chunky bits. To stop the potatoes from going brown, we just put it in a bowl of water, and that will keep nicely until we're ready to use them. So we're just going to cut the potato into chunks about this kind of size. And just put them in the water. So I have here a nice homegrown leek. So I'm just going to cut the end off and chop off to about here and discard the rest. So with the leek, we're just going to cut circles. So we've got nice big chunky bits like this. Right, so I'm just going to use 2 holy spoons and lift this up. Can I just let it drip for a few minutes? And then I'm going to carry over to a dish and then just turn it the other way around. And then this is your juice, your main part of the juice. So we're just going to sieve that. So I'm just going to lift this pot and pour the juice through the sieve into a bowl, just to make sure it catches any little bits that you don't want. So I've just cleaned the pot out, and then I'm just going to pour this juice back in. And this gives the chicken stew a beautiful flavour. So now I always take the skin off the chicken. Of course you can do this with a knife. but I just get my hands in there and get stuck in. So, and just break the chicken apart and put it into a bowl. Now obviously if you're doing this when the chicken is too hot, do it with a knife, but if you let it cool for a little bit, you can do it with your fingers, whatever you prefer. Right, so we're going to bring this stock up to the boil, and in the meantime we're just going to add all our ingredients. So we add our onions, we add our carrots. This recipe is so simple because you're preparing all this while the chicken is boiling. Our sweet potato, our sweet green beans, leeks, the chicken, and our potatoes that we soaked in water. The water can go in here as well. And you just give it a little bit of a stir. So easy. And then a pinch of pepper, a little bit of salt, and a teaspoon of mixed herbs. And then we bring this up to the boil, turn it down and simmer it for about 20 minutes with the lid on. Right, so I've just taken this off the gas. I've just put a knife in to test the vegetables are cooked, and they are. So I'm just going to take out a couple of ladlefuls of the juice. Doesn't matter if you get an odd bit of vegetable in there, it's okay. So I've got 2 cups full roughly of the juice, and I'm just going to put some of the gravy granules. Now I've got some chicken gravy granules. Now I know you can make your own chicken gravy, but this is just convenient and easy. And anyone in America, you can probably go to an English supermarket and be able to get the gravy granules. So you just keep putting a little bit in at a time, give it a stir with a metal spoon, and when it's nice and thick, you put it back into the pot. It's getting thicker. I'll add a bit more. See, it's quite thick now, but I want it even thicker again, because you're going to put it back into some of that juice, so you want it nice and thick, because that juice will thin it out again. Right, so we're just going to add this thick gravy back into the pot, and we'll give this a nice stir. See, the rest of the juice kind of thins it out, so it's just perfect. If you find it's too thick, just add a little bit of water, hot water to it. So we're just going to dish this up now. Now I love it nice and thick like this, but if you don't like it as thick as this, you can just add a little bit of water to it. But I love it. So you can see how lovely this looks. Now all the chicken is kind of in amongst it all. If you didn't want the chicken to be quite as mixed up like this, you can add the chicken on 5 minutes before the end, so you've got chunky bits of chicken. But I love it, so it's all nice and stringy and mixed up together. Okay, so this is the bit I love, the taste test. Simple dish for the big family. And if you aren't a big family, you're just cooking for yourself or 1 or 2, the beauty of this is you can freeze it and just take it out and just heat it up as you need it. This is so nice. So I hope you enjoy making yours. Nice. The other thing with this is if you're going out all day, you can actually cook this in the slow cooker and it's just delicious. So a perfectly easy meal for whatever your situation. Well, thank you for watching today's video on how to make this nice chicken stew. So I hope you do try it and enjoy it like I do. And I look forward to doing more videos for you.